titled on modeling and forecasting the stories using a new statistical distribution and the time series models. Source: Alexandria Engineering Journal 2025. Science Direct. Hello. In this recording, I will present an overview of the article on modeling and forecasting the shock risk using a new statistical distribution and time series models, published in the Alexander Engineering Journal in 2024. The paper is an example of how engineering statistics and finance combine to improve the way we model finance risk. In the following minds, in will summarize the objectives, methods, and things of the study while explaining their importance for students and professionals in finance engineering. The article begins by introducing the concept of finance risk, especially in stocks markets, where prices fluctuate due to uncertainty and external shocks. Traditional models often use probability distributions such as normal, log normal, or Weibull to describe stocks returns. However, these classical distributions sometimes fail to capture the heavyweight dials um, sn- snack, snack news that are typical of finance data. To address this limitation, the author proposed a new statistical distribution called the SCFWE Science Cons Flexible Weibull Extension. This new distribution incorporates trigonometric functions into the Weibull model, making it more flexible in describing real market data. After introduction, the ACFWE distribution, the authors apply it to real stock market data. They test whether the new distribution can capture the volatility and extreme values in return better than other models. The results confirm that SCFWE provides a closer fit to empirical data, which means it can describe the probability of large loss more reliably. This is crucial for risk management because underestimating the probability of rare bad So Bart's events might lead to insufficient capital reserves or bad investment decisions. Beyond the probability distribution, the article also students how to forecast stock risks using time series models. The authors compared Bremen approach auto-receive models, ER auto-receiver integrate moving average, ARIMA, and the random walk model. ER models capture the dependence of today's risk on yesterday's values, while ARIMA extends this approach by including integration on moving average terms, making it suitable for non-stationary data. The random walk is a simpler benchmark where each observation is assumed to be independent of the past. The findings show that among the tests approached, the ARIMA model consistently outperforms both the R model and the random walk. This suggests that ARIMA, with its ability to handle trends and stochastic patterns, is a strong tool for predicting volatility and stock risks. From an engineering perspective, ARIMA models can be implemented in computational pipelines, automated and validated with backend techniques. This makes them practical for real-world financial institutions that new robust risk forecasts. The article also emphasizes the importance of statistical validation. The authors test the goodness of fit of their models using several metrics, ensuring that the SCFWE distribution is not only flexible in theory but also accurate in practice. They also highlight the value of combining distributional modeling with time series forecasting, in other words, by using SCFWE to describe the underlying distribution of return and ARIMA to predict their evolution. Analytics obtain a more complete and real picture of finance risk. From an educational point of view, the study is a good illustration of how interdisciplinary work products innovation. Mathematics provides the foundation through probability, theory, and statistics. Finance guides the context and the data. Engineering supplies the methodology design models that are practical, automated, and scalable. Together, these disciplines contribute to safer finance system for students reading and writing which models like SCFWE and ARIMA is a way to gain both theoretical knowledge and practical skills. The conclusion of the article is that SCFWE is a promising new distribution for modeling stock risks, and that ARIMA remains the most effective time series model for forecasting. By integrating these approaches, final engineers and risk managers can achieve better accuracy, resilience, and preparedness against uncertainty in the makes. The article therefore represents an important step towards improving the reliability of risk assessment tools in finance. Conclusion: finance risks in complex and uncertain but with advanced statistical distribution charts as SCFWE and robust forecasting methods like ARIMA. We can model it more effectively. Engineering plays a central role in making their models operational, ensuring data quality, validating outputs, and integrating forecasts into real decision making. By following in the lessons of this study, future professionals can contribute to financial stability and innovation. Thank you for listening. Bueno, y por último, el resumen en español. Eh, Este artículo publicado en la revista de Alexandra Engineering Journal en el año 2025 propone un nuevo modelo estadístico para analizar el riesgo financiero en los mercados bursátiles. Los autores presentan la distribución de SCFWE, Finance Costing Flexible Weibull Extension, que mejora la distribución del Weibull al incorporar funciones trigonométricas, permitiendo una mayor flexibilidad para ajustar los datos reales. Esta innovación ayuda a describir mejor los eventos extremos y la volatilidad de los rendimientos, lo que fortalece la gestión del riesgo. Además de la distribución, el estudio compara modelos de series de tiempo para pronosticar el ARIMA y Random Walk. Los resultados muestran que ARIMA es el modelo más confiable y preciso para predecir la volatilidad del mercado. En conjunto, la propuesta de combinar la distribución SCFW con pronósticos ARIMA ofrece una herramienta poderosa para la ingeniería financiera y la gestión de riesgos. La investigación subraya la importancia de la validación estadística, la interdisciplinariedad entre matemáticas, finanzas e ingeniería y la aplicación práctica de modelos. Con ello se contribuye al diseño de sistemas financieros más seguros, resistentes frente a la incertidumbre del mercado. Eh, Hice un esfuerzo muy grande por la pronunciación en inglés, pues apenas estoy aprendiendo y espero que hayan entendido algo del texto que leí. Muchas gracias.